For our lesson today, for writing, we're going to do a big write. Now, our learning intention is I am learning to write a story orientation. And to be successful, you will be writing on the lines. You will be using finger spaces, capital letters, and of course lowercase letters correctly. You'll be using boundary punctuation, including full stops and capital letters, and using adjectives to describe both the setting and the characters. Let's review. All stories, all narratives, need a title. The title is the first impression of the story, and it helps the reader to choose whether they would like to read the story because it sounds interesting, or perhaps that's not the story for them. So to make sure that you have a great story that lots of people would like to read, you really need to think about an exciting title. To write the orientation, all orientations, which is the beginning of the story, will need to talk about the characters. Now, of course, often we think of characters as being humans, but of course, as you already know, characters can be animals and they could be things. We also need to talk about when this story takes place. So is it in the past? So it's already happened. Maybe it's a long, long time ago. Perhaps your story is going to happen in the future. Who knows when? Or perhaps your story happens right now, in today. And the reader needs to understand where this story takes place. There are some examples that I've put here. So you can see that there is a barn on a farm. That might be a location. You can see the beach. That could be a tropical island, perhaps a deserted island, and you got washed up on shore. The two pictures below are quite similar, but there are some differences. You can see the one on the left that's green. It's of a forest with lots of beautiful animals during the daytime. But at night time, this forest can become quite spooky and really eerie. This is important information for the reader to understand. So everyone has been reading a lot about the Min Min lights, and our mentor text is The Mystery of the Min Min lights. Now, I've actually been to this sign in the Australian outback when I was 14 years old, and I stood underneath that sign. The Min Min lights are an unsolved mystery about light that travels across the countryside. It's a mysterious phenomenon that has spooked many, many people in the Australian outback. But is there any scientific proof that the Min Min lights actually do exist? Or is this an Aboriginal Indigenous folktale that has been passed down for generations? Not sure. People that have actually seen the Min Min lights, though, describe them as glowing spheres, and they bounce across the night sky, across the horizon, and they seem to follow people. They can appear and then disappear just as quickly. They also talk about the colour of the Min Min lights, and they range normally white, but they have been seen as red, green, blue, and even yellow. The lights have been described by witnesses as a floating, fast-moving ball of colour that glow in the night sky, and they stalk people, and they leave people very confused and somewhat frightened. In the Kimberley, in Western Australia, some Aboriginal people believe that the Min Min lights are actually the spirits of their elders, whereas scientists believe that the Min Min lights could actually be bioluminescent insects, so like glowing insects, or perhaps owls or birds at night time. They've even talked about a mirage, which is caused by natural gases, or the warm air meets the cold air and creates a glow. Some people, however, think and believe that the Min Min lights could in fact be UFOs. However, to date, there is no actual proof that the Min Min lights are UFOs? So here is our writing stimulus for today. An interesting UFOs. So we are going to write a story, or the orientation of a story about this picture. Now, of course, we need to look at some adjectives. So I need you to pause the video and get out your whiteboard with your magic eraser and your whiteboard marker. All right, we're going to look at adjectives, and we need to look at see, hear, touch, taste, smell, and emotion. So those feelings, they're all the senses that we're going to use to describe things, so adjectives, about our story. Let's have a look at our word bank. Now, this is what you're going to do with your whiteboard. You are going to write down some adjectives about what this stimulus looks like. So have a good look at the UFO that's got the big glowing light coming out of the bottom. And what words can you think of? I wrote, it has bright lights. There's a dark night. And there's shadows of the trees. Plus, there's a massive silver flying ship. So I've used quite a few adjectives there. In terms of sound, I imagined I could hear the sound of the engine humming in the silence of the desert night. I imagined that I could smell the eucalyptus trees and all the dust that was being blown up by the engines of the spaceship I could smell in my nose. In terms of my emotions and how I'm feeling, I might have been quite scared in the dark, quite frightened, or even excited. I'd like you to pause the video now. You can use my word bank to help you, and I want you to write down at least 2 adjectives for each sense. So what it looks like, sounds like, smells like, and emotions, so how you feel. And then come back to this point in the lesson. So, now that you've done your word bank, this is where we're going to begin writing our orientation. Firstly, we need a title, but we can't always think of an amazing title to start with. So in your books, I'm going to get you to write the date and the IAL and leave 2 lines for your title, because if you don't have it right now, that's okay. You can come back and do it at the end. We're going to write down who our characters are, and we're going to need to introduce them and use adjectives to describe them. We are also going to talk about the setting. Now, you might choose that it happened in the past, so you need to think about what the setting might look like. But when I looked at the stimulus, I don't know how far in the past that is, and I'm not so sure that it's in the future. I think that setting is happening right now, so it's in today. So you need to describe the setting of where that UFO ship was trying to land and use the adjectives that you put in your word bank to help you. Do you think you've got your title yet? Don't know. So let's have a bit of a look at my example. The title I wrote is There's a UFO in My Backyard. To me, that's an exciting title and makes me think of why on earth would a UFO be in someone's backyard? I think I want to read the story. So the start of my story goes like this, and you can use this to help you write your own story. Here we go. One hot summer's night, it was too hot to sleep, and the crickets were chirping so loud that my brain hurt. We don't have air conditioning as it costs too much to run, and my mum says that the cool night air would be fine. My mum and Dad were sound asleep, but I could hear Dad snoring. Dad's snoring is so loud, he sounds like a lawnmower that needs fixing. So I went and sat on the back porch in my pajamas to cool off. The night sky was dark, and I could see lots of stars twinkling in the night sky. One of the stars seemed to be getting bigger and bigger. It was getting closer and closer. Alrighty, I've used a few adjectives in there. Chirping so loud, hot summer's night. What else have I used? A cool night air. They were sound asleep. I talked about the characters of myself, my mum and my dad. And you could tell that we were at our house and that I was sitting on a veranda or a porch outside in my pajamas. So you can use my example to help you. So now it's your turn. At the top of your page, write the date and the IAL. Use the picture stimulus to help you and visualize what your story is going to be. Use your word bank, or use my word bank to help you as well. You need to set a timer for 20 minutes and write your orientation for 20 minutes. You might like to put some music on to help you like we do in class. Don't forget our success criteria. I want writing on lines. I want to see finger spaces. I really want to see capital letters at the beginning of sentences and full stops at the end. And I would really, really like to see those adjectives in your sentences. When you have done your 20 minutes, you may draw goodness me, you may draw a picture to match your story and then take a photo and submit that to Class Dojo. Have fun.